Welcome to our sixth episode in conversation with the Dean and Director of Six Cricket Academy, Mr. Jeshwanth. Welcome, sir.
Morning.
Mr. Jeshwanth, when we started this series, we never expected the kind of response we would receive from parents. It's been truly amazing. It gives us a feel-good factor. There have been many questions you have clarified with your experience and expertise.
Thanks, Sufi. See, that was the idea when we started about this episode is about to educate the sports parents, basically who are well-meaning parents who want their child to grow in sport, but they don't know the intricacies of how the entire sport goes, even though they mean well, the parents mean well. So that is the reason, and like you say, there are a lot of parents who are appreciating this, and they're happy that we are able to convey something from my experience, and it's my opinion. So I'm not saying this is the only way. This is from my experience. I can tell you that this is what I have learned. Probably if I can share that with the sports parent, and if it helps them, I'll be very happy.
The first question is, our son is transitioned from 12 years to 14 years category. He's finding that the sport cricket is no longer played for fun, where winning or losing did not matter. Rather, he's becoming more serious and professional in nature. How should he cope up with the change and continue enjoying the sport?
Yeah, so good question. See, this happens with everybody. See, at the age of 12 or even lesser than that, everybody feels that it's like the bottom of the pyramid. Everybody feels that, I can have a go at the sport, I can excel and all that. Very right. Nothing wrong about it. But as the pyramid gets narrower, where only the better and better players stay in the system, whereas the rest are forced to get out. Unlike in studies, see, at the age of 5 you get into first standard, whether you score 95 or 35. At the age of 6 you go to the second standard, and like that you keep going till probably you are tested around the 10th standard, 12th standard, or when you're getting into some great universities like the IITs, the Harvards and all that. That is when the marks start mattering. But here straight away, if you are not coping up with the rest of the players, who, if they are far more talented than you will immediately see that you will be left behind. So a lot of cricketers find it difficult to go through that phase, because one failure they think that that's the end of it. It is not. It could be one bad day you had or one bad year you're going through, so you can always catch up. So at 12 to 14, the strength also matters quite a lot. Somebody who's stronger than you, somebody who's smarter than you, can always be ahead of it. It doesn't mean that that boy is or the girl or the athlete is better than the athlete who is not performing well. Say around 17, 18, everybody's strength comes to equal levels which the sport needs, and from there you got to see where your sport is going. At 12 to 14, when the transition is happening, I think it is important for the athlete to enjoy the sport in spite of failures, and more so it is for the parents to understand that it is not easy. One, sport is not easy because it's competitive. Everyone else wants to do better than you, so you have to go through that, win over that. And as a parent, what I can just do is just make an atmosphere at home where he is not pressurized. This sport is all about how do you handle pressure, how do you make decisions, so how do you feel confident, how do you concentrate. This sport is all about that. So if as a parent and as a coach, if we can create an environment conducive to better all this what I just told, I think as parents and as coaches we'll be doing a good job.
The next question is, our son has been playing under 12 and under 14 category. He's got high expectations from people who mean a lot to him. How does he handle this?
Yeah, what happens is when like I just told, that when everybody starts cricket, there's no expectation. Then suddenly some of the sports athletes give an impression or give the promise that okay, they can do well. So here what happens, it's in the sports psychology language, is called as the significant others, which mean the close friends, the parents, the coaches, the relatives, the uncle, the grandmothers, grandfathers, who all mean well for the athlete, who want the athlete to succeed. So now these people are also feeling pressurized that, you know, he was doing so well or she was doing so well last year. Now what has happened? There's a slope, downward slope in the form. So it affects, you know, because they're all well-meaning people. They want the athlete to succeed. Now by telling him that, you know, you were like this last year, see now, it could be various reasons, you know, for this form to go down. But my advice to the significant others, like the parents, the relatives, the friends, is that make it fun for him. Don't make it look like this is another exam. You know, you should understand as parents that every kid who goes on to play the sport wants to do his best. Nobody wants to fail. They all want to succeed. So when that is the case, you should accept that your child has done his or her best and accept it. Instead, you know, you should have done that, you know, the neighbor or your friend is doing this, you are not able to concentrate. I am telling you, you are only adding pressure. You are not helping, in fact you are harming. So now how do you handle this is, you know, don't take sports home. My advice to all the parents is, okay, the little journey from the practice area to your house, if you can just discuss and motivate him and him or her and encourage the athlete, I think that ends your job. If you're going to dissect it and then dig into the performances and all that, he or she probably knows about the sport more than you. So you just because you're older than the athlete, it doesn't mean that you know more about the sport. I think you allow the child to flower on his or her own instead of pressurizing the child. So this is my advice to the sports parent and the significant others, not to pressurize the athlete. Let him or her do his best.
Also, for people who've missed out our episodes, we have 5 episodes. Please do watch out on the 6 YouTube profile. Thank you so much.
Thank you.